Girls, today we'll be looking at percentages and some conversions between percentages and fractions, percentages and decimals, fractions and percentages, and decimals and percentages. First of all, we need to make sure that we understand that the percent sign means over 100 in exactly the same way as that symbol means at. So this is just a lazy man's way of writing percent. So we're going to look at, in this video, we're going to look at converting percentages to fractions. Then we're going to be looking at changing percentages to decimals. Now, for doing both of these, all we need to understand is that percentage means the same as over 100. Then we're going to look at converting fractions to percentages, and then we'll be looking at changing decimals to percentages. Now, to do these last two, all we need to realise is that we can make these conversions by multiplying by 100%, because 100% equals 1. So let's look at the first one. We're looking at an example of changing a percentage to a fraction. So our first skill, percentage to a fraction. So let's look at an example from our text. Example, to convert 39% to a fraction. So 39%. If I want to convert that to a fraction, all I need to do is realise that that percentage sign means over 100. So write that down as 39 over 100. Now, I can't simplify that, so I simply leave my answer like that. However, if I had a problem like 125%, okay, now I need to realise that that's going to be equal to 125 over 100, because that's all the percentage sign means. Now I look at my numerator and my denominator, and I can see that there's a common factor of 5. This is why we need to remember our divisibility rules. So 5 into 125, you can use our calculator if you want to, is going to be 25 over 20. And I still have a common factor of 5, top and bottom. So 5 into 25 goes 5, 5 into 20 goes 4. This reduces to 5 over 4, and of course then I can write that as being 1 1/4. So that's how we change percentages to fractions. We simply just recall that the percentage sign means over 100. Not too difficult. So that's the first skill. Our second skill is to be able to convert percentages to decimals. So let's look at an example of a percentage to a decimal. So we've got 65%. All we need to remember is that that percentage sign means 65 over 100. And of course that means 65 divided by 100, which means it's an instruction simply just to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So if we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, we're going to get 0.65. The decimal point used to be here. When we divide it by 100, the decimal point is going to move 2 places, because every one of the digits in the houses is going to be moved 2 places to the left. So that's how we do a conversion. If we had a more difficult one, like for example 0.12%, okay, we know that that's going to be equal to 0.12 over 100, because the percentage sign just means over 100. Now here, in order to make this a decimal, we're simply going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left, so it's got to move another 2 places. So it would be 1, 2, move it once, move it twice. The answer is going to be 0.0012. That's our second skill. Our third skill that we have to be able to demonstrate is how to change a fraction to a percentage. Now, to do this, all we need to remember is that 100% over 1 is the same as 1. So if we have any fraction, so for example 2 over 5. Now if I multiply any number by 1, 6 times 1 equals 6, 5 times 1 equals 5, so 2 over 5 times 1 will be equal to 2 over 5. So if I multiply this by 1, okay, I know that that's going to be equal to 2/5, but now I'm going to write this 1 in terms as 100% over 1. And so now it's a simple fraction multiplication, so it'll be 2 times 100 over 5 times 1. Don't forget the percentage sign, and that becomes 200 over 5, and so that's going to be equal to 40%, because 5 into 5 goes once, 5 into 200 goes 4. You can do that with your calculator if you like. So that would be equal to 40%. So to convert a fraction to a percentage, we simply remember that 100% means 1, so we can introduce the percentage sign simply by multiplying by 100%. Now the fourth skill that we need to be able to do was to change a decimal to a percentage. Now to change a decimal to a percentage is going to be very easy. So if we have 0.42, we know that that's going to be equal to 0.42 multiplied by 100%. And so this simply just means that I'm going to be moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So that would be equal to 42%. The percentage sign just continues on. So girls, they're the 4 skills that we practiced today in class. Relatively easy to do. Thank you.